Well, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, when I try to film in my front yard, everybody with a loud truck wants to drive by. That's normal. Uh, what I want to do today is I wanted to show a rifle that I just picked up. This is a Japanese Arisaka Type 38 6.5 by 50. It's kind of rusty and old, but if that'll focus, it's still got its chrysanthemum. Rifle's in pretty good shape. I've ordered some Norma brass, and I'm going to pick up some dies probably this week, so I'll be shooting this pretty soon. It's perfectly good shooting condition. What's more interesting about the rifle, though, that I wanted to bring up was how I got it. You know, a lot of Marines, they brought these home from the Pacific Campaign. Well, I wasn't in the Pacific Campaign. That was way before I was born. But recently, I was sharing some pictures from my time in Somalia back in '94 during Operation Continue Hope, and here comes a log truck. And I was sharing some pictures on a Marine website, on a page we've got, some pictures I'd gotten from my mother that I sent home. I sent home with letters, that I wrote to my family. And on this page, a Marine, he said, Rick Nether, he said, I remember you. He was with 3-6, he was with infantry. He said, man, I remember you. I said, we were on the Portland together, and I went into Somalia with him. Well, at first I thought, okay, he's blowing smoke. The guy said, no, he said, I still have a picture of you I've had ever since then. And he sent me a picture of me I'd never seen before. And I'll share that. But we got to talking, and sure enough, yes, when we went into Somalia, he came with us, and he went on. He stayed a few nights, with our unit, and then they went in. He was one of the first of their infantry, and I was artillery. But we got to talking, and turns out he's into guns just like me, and his wife works for Davenport Guns in Iowa. Well, I can't put you a link to their website because of the communist new rules, but you can look them up, Davenport Guns. Well, his wife works for him, and either her or somebody that she knew had this old rifle hanging on a wall, kind of a decoration. And I was talking to him, and I told him I really love old surplus rifles, especially anything from the Pacific Campaign. And I really do, I really have always liked the Arisaka. It was the weapon that the enemy had. Our Marines, that went into that war, their enemy soldiers carried Arisaka rifles. And I said, I have one that's a sporter, and I wanted a complete one in my collection, just to have one. Well, he said pardon me, they had this old rifle hanging on the wall, and they didn't really care anything about it, and so I bought it from him for a reasonable fee, and he shipped it to an FFL for me, and I picked it up, and I've been kind of playing with it ever since. I ordered brass. I've got I'm going to get me some dies. I plan to make some loads, and you will see this firing on my channel. But before I let normally I would be out shooting by now. I'm gonna try to get out there sometime this weekend, but my wife and I are working on our house, and we got to go pick out some material. nothing from the storm. We're doing some renovations on the inside, so it's kind of got me tied up, but in a good way though, because we've wanted to do this for a long time. But I'm gonna try to put in some of those pictures, you know, maybe in a slideshow on this video, and I'll mark them. And the Marine, his name was Carlton. He was infantry Marine, and I'll put a picture of him in there as well, so you can share. But I just thought that was a neat way that I got this rifle. And what's also neat is that these rifles, most of them were brought home by U.S. Marines. And now, 70 years later, you have two U.S. Marines that went overseas together, and they made a buddy deal with each other on an Arisaka rifle. Doesn't get much better than that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry if it wasn't shooting and ringing steel or whatever, but I wanted to get something out to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support, and God bless you. I'm gonna try to maybe put in some of those pictures. Bear with me.